thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to think about, once you've placed a band in a specific position, think about the range of different exercises that you can do with that band, or a couple bands, a set of bands, whatever, without drastically changing the setup or the anchor point, so you can maximize your time under tension, increase the efficiency and the intensity of your workout, and hopefully get creative of it and explore new ways to use the bands. Now, like I said, I've been doing this for, I don't know, 15 years or so, and every time I work out with the bands, I think of something else that I could do with them. So there's by no means any set boundary or limits for how you can use your bands. There's a couple ideas here just to help maybe inspire some additional ideas. Right here I'm using the door strap, but remember, you can use anything, a post, a pole, a chair, whatever you got, literally whatever you got that's sturdy and is not going to come flying loose if you pull on it. Using the door strap here, this is anchored at about, I don't know, waist level or so-ish. And I'm just going to show you, if I want to sit here and figure out, 10 different exercises or something I can do and try to get as creative as possible, I may start doing something like, hey, well, obviously I can do, a row, or I could do an isolation curl, right? Or, what else could I do? I could come around, I could do a kickback, or keeping my arms straight for rear delts. I can turn around and do the same thing, and I can press up, I can press out, right? I can angle my body. I can use this, you come out a little bit further and use this setup to do bicep curls from behind. Or, what else could I do here? Maybe I could, how about take a stick or a broom or a mop or whatever you have. I got a piece of bamboo laying around. I'm going to stick that in here, and I can use that now to balance the weight on both sides, right? I can do this on one leg to make an unstable environment that forces me to work on my balance and proprioception, right? I could maybe come down and add, a row with a squat, right? Or yet another idea is I can loop one side through the other, so I now have just a single side. This is going to, you're looking at, these are kind of bilateral exercises when you're using both sides. Now I could do presses using one arm, and I'm adding a twist and I'm keeping my core very tight, so I feel this all throughout this side of my core. I could insert both hands into the band, or grasp the band on the outside, like so. So you kind of see a triangle, and now I'm pulling it out and back and towards me. Same thing coming down. I could use, I could use a towel, for example. If you think about using the rope on at the gym here, you can't quite see me, but effectively the same concept. I could use different grip accessories here. You just seen me use a stick and a towel. You can also use, we have our standard mobile gym kits come with these funny hand grips as well that have cool little carabiners that snap onto the band, so you can pop these puppies on there. You can use obviously your hands. You can use gloves if the friction rubs on your hands. Anyways, you got a number of ways, but again, I just showed you, I don't know, about 10 different exercises you can do without moving the band from here. So that's your challenge. Put the band, anchor the band, at your either waist level, knee, shoulder, up overhead, doesn't really matter. Keep it in place and challenge yourself to think of a dozen exercises you can do with an anchor point and a band in a specific location. You can swap out the band too, feel what it, see what it feels like to either increase or decrease the amount of resistance by adding an additional band, subbing out for a lighter one, or you can combine them. Or the other way that you can really easily ratchet up and down the resistance once you have an anchor point is by distancing yourself further from it, right? So if you have, for example, if I'm here, and I'm doing a row, sure, yeah, I get an X amount of resistance, I take a little baby step back, and it's incrementally harder, right? So as the band stretches along the continuum, it gives you more and more resistance. That's where bands differ from weights. Whereas if you have, you have a weight, let's say you're doing a curl with a 25-pound barbell, it's 25 pounds, 25 pounds, 25 pounds, versus with the band, as you stretch it, it gives you more and more resistance, which kind of, if you really think about it, is super cool, because as your muscles flex and contract, they give you more and more force, right? So your biceps are going to give you more force here than it is right here. And that really actually works synergistically with the way the band works, in that as you stretch it further, it gives you more resistance, versus and as your muscles contract further, they give you more force. Very happy, symbiotic, harmonious relationship there. Anyways, that's your challenge. Starting to ramble, I got to cut myself off. Think about being creative and exploring new ideas. If something hurts, don't do it, right? Two main things: keep your back straight with your shoulders back and your core tight for everything. Everything. Cool, guys. See you back for more, maybe.